Spider-Man's new powers in Brand New Day are actually possible. The real spider biology is stranger than Marvel. In Spider-Man Brand New Day, Peter Parker's DNA begins mutating. He develops organic webbing from his own body, heightened senses that cause blackouts, and strength he can't control. Marvel calls it a spider rebirth cycle. Here is what real spider biology actually does, and why, if you could actually splice spider DNA into a human, the result would be more disturbing than anything Marvel has shown. First, let's talk about spider silk, the strongest material by weight that biology has ever produced. Spider silk has a tensile strength comparable to high-grade steel, roughly 1.3 gigapascals. It can stretch up to 40% of its length before breaking. It absorbs more energy per unit weight before breaking than Kevlar. A cable the thickness of a pencil made of spider silk could theoretically stop a fighter jet in mid-fight. The reason we don't use it commercially, you can't farm spiders. They are territorial cannibals. Scientists have instead inserted spider silk genes into goats, producing goats whose milk contains spider silk protein, which can be harvested and spun. Spider-Man's webs are not the fantasy part. The fantasy is having a spider silk gland in your wrist. Now let's talk about spider senses. Real spiders detect vibration through sensory organs called slit sensilla. Organs distributed across their legs and body that detect mechanical disturbances in their environment with extraordinary sensitivity. Spiders can detect the vibration of prey struggling in their web from meters away. They can feel the approach of a predator through ground vibration before any other sense fires. In humans, a similar but less developed system exists in our skin. We feel vibration, we don't feel it through our legs across a web. If you enhanced human mechanoreception to spider scale, the constant input from the environment would be overwhelming. Every footstep on the floor, every vibration of passing trucks, every heartbeat of people nearby, continuous, unfiltered. The blackouts Peter Parker experiences in Brand New Day when his enhanced senses overload him. That part is the most scientifically plausible thing in the film. Now, what about the venom? Most spiders produce venom. Only a small percentage can penetrate human skin effectively. But the ones that can, the funnel web spider of Australia, the brown recluse, the Brazilian wandering spider, produce venoms of extraordinary biochemical complexity. The Brazilian wandering spider's venom contains a peptide called PNTX26 that causes uncontrolled activation of sodium ion channels in nerve cells, producing a sensation of pain so extreme that bites have been described in medical literature as among the most painful events a human can experience. The same peptide also causes sustained activation of certain neural pathways. Researchers at the University of Sao Paulo found in 2009 that a compound derived from this venom at very low doses enhances nerve function in ways that could theoretically improve reflexes and reaction time. Spider venom is not just a weapon, it is science. The radioactive spider bite in the original Marvel, a radioactive spider bites Peter Parker and the radiation causes the DNA transfer. Radiation doesn't work this way. It causes random DNA damage, not specific gene insertion, but does work a retrovirus. Retroviruses insert their genetic material into host cell DNA. Engineers use modified retroviruses called viral vectors to deliver genes into human cells in gene therapy. If a spider silk gene were packaged into a retroviral vector and the vector infected Peter Parker's cells, the gene would be incorporated into his DNA. The bite is wrong. The mechanism is a retrovirus, and as we know from the 8% of your genome that is already viral, retroviruses have been inserting genes into animals for millions of years. Spider-Man's origin is not fantasy. It is a 60-year premature description of viral gene therapy. The film is getting its biology more right than any previous Spider-Man. The organic webbing first seen in the Tobey Maguire films, now returning, is actually the correct version biologically.